So, personal energy. Now, I need to start off with a warning. When you start working with your energy, with earth energy, with other energies, we attract other things. So, we're all made up of energy. There is earth energy. This is my perception, when we're working with energy, we're starting to work on the astral plane. Now, the astral plane I see as everything that we see normally, but on an energetical level, and it's just slightly out of kilter as in what you would normally see in normal reality. And there are beings, spirits, entities that live on, or that are on that realm, whether they are living or dead or have never been alive at all, but they are still there and randomly in different places, and they can be called and summoned and sent away and all that kind of thing. But the bit that I want to kind of emphasize is that if you can imagine us as people, almost like ants, kind of scurrying around doing their thing, but seen as like grey, kind of dull, don't stand out much. You could look at all different ones of us, you're not really going to see much that's interesting. However, when we start working energy, and if you start expanding your energy, or your energy starts to become brighter, these entities start to notice you. And if you can imagine you're bored and you were looking from above or around, and there's more people, all these greys, and then suddenly there's this bright one that's suddenly larger and suddenly more interesting. They're going to come and have a look. They're going to come and have a play around with you, maybe start doing things that you might not be wanting. That's a very realistic thing. So you've got these energies, entities that are suddenly seeing you, and they may have some interest in you, and it may become unwanted for you. The other thing is, I have a little story from many years ago. Had a friend where I was doing martial arts, and it was a mum of the young girl who, her and her husband had started playing with and trying to open up chakras. Chakras are, I believe, there's 7 points that go up the body. There are minor kind of energy centres in the body, at wrists and elbows and knees and joints. That's a whole different subject to this, but they started looking at working with these and opening them up. And what they actually found is that because they'd started doing stuff on the astral realm, they'd actually opened it up for a spirit of a lady to actually appear in the house, and it used to mainly be around the young girls' kind of room, and we were asked if we could go in and ask it to go away and not come back, which we did, and it happened. The young girl, who used to hate being in her room and stuff, after we'd been there, she didn't know we'd been there, and came home from school, went back in her room, was all happy again, until a few months later they started playing with chakras again, and she came back, and it can open up that realm to the astral realm to come into this realm. It can make a bit of a weakness, a doorway or something. So anyway, there's part of the warning about working with energy. You can open yourself up to stuff you haven't experienced as yet without doing that. The other thing that can happen is that our bodies are pretty much in balance with our energies the way they're supposed to be. When we get ill, some of the thoughts on healing and stuff like that is to do with Tai Chi and all that kind of thing, and acupuncture and stuff like that, is that we can get too much energy in a certain place, or we can get a block of energy in certain places. And if you start screwing around with your energies and they get out of balance, you can muck up your health. Okay? So whenever you're doing anything with energy, it really helps if you can ground yourself and get back to normal and not leave the energy that you're playing with spinning around your body or too much. If you're using energy and you're putting energy out, that you're replacing it so you're not depleted of energy, and if you've got too much, that you balance that back out. These are really majorly important things. You can really screw up your health. This is not something to play with, okay? You start working with energy, it's something you need to take seriously, and it becomes part of your life. And once you've opened those doors, it's not so easy to close them again if you decide you never want to do it again. Because it's like riding a bike, you tend not to forget. Anyway, so there's my little warning about working with energies. On the next film, we're going to be looking into starting the first bit of the first exercise and the first practice of using energy and feeling energy. Okay, catch you on the next one.